But I don't know what Cannibals. I wonder. Sometimes I think to myself, like, I wonder if he uses the one. No, the other one doesn't work at all. Oh, really?
Not at all.
That.
I got nothing or I got one, so I quietly take one.
Yeah. Wow, good on you for not talking. I would have been sitting here complaining like a diva week after week. Yeah, you really did. You really be making sacrifices. I don't even notice it.
Here, bro.
Damn, I don't want you to think it goes unnoticed. That coffee has me feeling fabulous immediately.
Drink the whole thing already?
I poured a half a cup.
Oh, you do espresso, right?
That's Pustello, regular coffee.
That was espresso.
That's just espresso.
Espresso.
Espresso. Not espresso. Fucking. Let's go. Fucking. Gotta get him out of my system.
Yeah, you gotta get them out. Good, you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Use it as a very strong adjective.
I feel like it's a part of being a New Yorker.
Yeah, I guess. And then, you know, the New York accent has been considered. Well, they can hear us. He said, how's the coffee?
Oh, coffee's delicious.
Y'all got an open mic, he said. Yes. This is live TV, ladies and gentlemen. Live TV.
That's just like that, boys.
Just like that, it is
We're back.
the Master None Podcast, episode 193.
193.
193. And we are back, and we are live, as we typically are. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, a couple minutes after 7 p.m. And we're here live. We have quite a few things to talk about, so we're going to knock the announcements out, and then we'll get going. So, Master None Podcast, episode 193. We thank everybody that's checking in right now live and everybody that will be in shortly. Please participate in the chat. And on your way out, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. You make sure you hit that thumbs up, and that notification bell will do you some justice too, so you never miss a live episode and never miss when we post a video. You can also check us out on all audio podcast listening platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio, you name it. If you don't find us on your favorite podcast listening platform, Berto about to let you know what you could do.
Join the Discord. Join the Discord. You should join the Discord either way. But you should, if we're not on your podcast listening platform, you should join the Discord, inform us, and harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. And with that out of the way, let's begin.
With that, let's get to it. So
that's it. We're in it.
Weekend plans. 0 fights. We didn't watch the fights together this weekend.
Nope.
Watched them independently. A little lackluster. You know, who won the main event? I don't remember. Was it
I know it
Rose
went
or
to a
Amanda?
decision. I didn't finish watching it.
That's funny.
It was a terrible. I didn't finish watching it.
Fight was shit.
I was talking. I was watching it with somebody who had already watched it because I fell asleep during the co-main on Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday comes. I go to my boy's house. We're rewatching the fights. We get to the main event, and I'm like 2 rounds in. I'm like, man, how's this fight gonna go? Is this gonna be? He goes, it's gonna look just like this. And I was like, yeah, we don't gotta finish this.
Yeah, no, it was disappointing. A couple of the fights were a little disappointing, but I'm not mad. I mean, they deliver every single card, so
yeah,
I'll take it.
The card wasn't bad. You seen the dude get bit?
Oh my God, I didn't see him get bit, but I saw his tattoo he got afterwards.
Yeah, dude got bit. I haven't seen somebody get bit in a fight since Tyson.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I mean, we didn't see it. Well, yeah, you can't bite in King of the Street.
Yeah, dude got bit mid-fight, and then the guy tried to act like he didn't bite him.
That's wild.
You know what's funny? You couldn't see him biting him. Even when you were watching the fight, you couldn't see him biting him. It wasn't till they watched the playback and he's like, yeah, his mouth is on him. It wasn't even that was like the crazy thing. It was the guy lifting his arm up like this and seeing who you waving at over there?
I was making sure my hand wasn't in the frame. Go ahead.
It's the guy lifting his arm up like this, and you see the bite mark on his arm, and the crowd just goes, "Ugh!"
Yeah, what's wild is there's teeth marks.
Yeah.
So he must have spit his mouthpiece out to get a bite of him.
You know
what I mean? So this was very premeditated.
I don't know if he spat his mouthpiece out.
He must have. There's teeth on his teeth marks.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You're not going to see bite marks on a rubber mouthpiece. I don't care how
you see the bottom teeth.
I don't care how fitted it is. Yeah, and there's both.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I don't know.
Because that's what Tyson does before he bites Holyfield. He gets rid of his mouthpiece.
And then he bites him?
And then he bites him.
Jesus.
And he takes he loads up when he bites Holyfield. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, guess what? This guy is not going to fight in the UFC anymore and probably not going to be welcomed in many other fighting organizations after his biting debut.
Yeah, well, maybe if he's far enough away, he could do that slap thing.
Yeah, he could do
power slap.
Yeah, he could.
That's it.
Move to power slap.
He could do it.
Yeah, but other than that, you do anything fun this weekend? Anything noteworthy? Anything we should tell the people at home? You commit any crimes?
Nah, nothing crazy, man. Just chilled out for the most part. Went to dinner with my parents.
Nice,
which was cool. But that's it, man. And what else did I do? That's it.
All right.
Yeah. Listen. And I had a quick. Can I go a quick little PSA?
Yeah.
About something. All right. So, quick little PSA that I have about something. This week at work, I had a coworker who's very nice. No issues, sweetheart. I get approached and they tell me that I left the toilet seat up in the bathroom. So I'm like, oh, okay, I left the toilet seat up. My bad. Like, I'm a guy, I shouldn't have done that. But sometimes there's another dude, I think it's a dude, I don't really know how that works, but that pees on the seat sometimes. And when I get in there, the seat has pee on it.
Yeah.
So by leaving the seat up is kind of my signal that, hey, it wasn't me that peed on the seat because I put the seat up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I'm trying to discreetly, first of all, I'm not wiping this guy's pee up.
No.
I don't know if he's got one of them things. I don't know if he goes over the top, and then when he puts it away, he's got a little squirt that comes out of then. I don't know what
people go over
the
the top? That's a thing?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure it is. There's techniques all over. This guy said, sit down, bro. All right?
Going over the top?
Turn around and they sit. Yeah, sometimes you got to go over the top,
Do I not have the length for that? How come that's never even come up for me?
Oh, I don't know, man. Listen, maybe you got to, I don't know.
No, because I feel like the belt situation, those guys are wearing sweatpants.
Oh, yeah.
I go over the top with sweatpants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe
Continue.
people are doing that,
Yeah, that guy's got pullaways, whoever the fuck is.
Little breakaway joints.
Yeah, little breakaway pants.
So what I thought to myself, I said, you know what? I said, true. And I even explained my signaling technique.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, that's true. And agreed, Like 20 minutes later, I remembered something that occurred to me last week. I go into work. I go in the bathroom at work. When I go in, what is in the toilet?
A tampon.
This toilet full of shark chum is there. All right?
That's way more gross than what I said.
A tampon in there. And listen, I got to tell you, there is nothing more disgusting when I go into a bathroom than seeing that. That is the most disgusting, vile thing that could just be left there.
I once seen one next to a garbage can that must have been there for fucking days, bro. It was black. I thought it was a mouse because of the tail. I'm not even kidding you. I thought it was a mouse. I kicked the garbage can. There was just a red ring on the floor. I was like, not a mouse.
Ew. That is gross.
Yeah.
So I got to say, listen, I'll pee on the seat. Not only will I not leave it up, I'll pee all over it before anybody says anything to me about that again.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Not only that, but I also don't think it's fair that we've out here and just fucking gave up. Sorry. We just given up on like the argument that they should have to put the seat up.
Yeah.
Like,
it's my point. That's a good point too.
it's like, why do I always have to put the seat down? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
First of all, most of you guys do a weird hovering technique where I don't even think the seat needs to be there, right? Most of you guys are doing some kind of trick, like the guy, you ever see the guy in Times Square that just like sits in, like his feet cross and he's hovering on like a cane? Like they're doing that in the bathroom. Yeah. So you guys don't need a seat. That's how that pee got on that seat, by the way. You want to know? Mystery solved.
You think
Somebody's
so?
in there hovering, 100%.
Oh, that's a good.
Somebody is in there,
solved it.
and they can't aim those things.
No, hell no.
No.
Try to aim a shower head. Good luck.
Dude, you ever open up a Ziploc bag and just turn it upside down? That's what it's like. You know, there's no knowing where it's going. You know, and they're doing these weird fucking acrobatic things like this. And you got to do that while also engaging your core to pee. That's not easy. All because they don't want to. I don't know how the world feels about this. All because you don't want to put your butt in the seat. I get it. It's dirty. But I mean, your ass is clean when you put those pants on. When you put your underwear on, that ass is clean, right? I don't know. You touch door handles. I think that maybe the toilet seat might not be as dirty as we think.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you use a toilet seat properly for the way it's designed to be used, if you dirty the seat, that means you have a dirty lower back and like upper butt and dirty thighs.
How is that possible?
Your ass should never even touch. It should barely touch. Maybe just some thighs and a little bit of cheek on either side, but you should not be, your crack should not be touching anything. Nothing. No openings that you have should be touching the seat.
No. Are there like concerns or illnesses that people should be worried about that this is such a thing? Because this is not like, it's not like a couple of people are just doing this. I feel like the majority of people are doing this. But what are they hiding from? What are they trying to escape? Is the vid in there?
I think it's just the idea. I think it's just the concept of how crazy it is. Because, like, your kitchen sponge is dirtier than the toilet seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that funky, moldy smelling dank
that shit
thing
sits wet in your sink every night.
That is disgusting. You want to talk about dirty? Smell your hand. Wash the dishes. And if you got a sponge you've been using for a week, smell your hand. Just, that shit's going to smell like dank mop heads.
Yeah, women out here doing acrobatic events, but they'll let the dog piss in a wee-wee pad. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
It's like you let your dog shit in the house, but you won't put your ass on that seat. Honey, you got to get your fucking priorities in order.
Yeah, right? You're watching that little dog shit on your pet cam from work. You're watching him shit in your living room.
No, it's a weird one because
Good
I'm not
boy.
saying I'm out here putting my butt on every seat I find, because the truth is that people do pee on those seats. So there is reason. But I'm just saying, I don't think that these seats are as dangerous. And we didn't mean to talk about this today.
No.
But I think these are important topics. And I don't think that people should be afraid of this seat as much as they're afraid of it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it sounds like just a competition of people not wanting to spread germs, all with techniques that spread germs.
Yeah. Because whatever they're
You know?
touching to hold themselves up like that,
Yeah.
unless every woman has like a hovering ability that they haven't told us about, I'm convinced that women have some kind of special thing that they've been keeping from us for eons. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not good at keeping secrets, they're. That's a crazy statement. That's not true. No, but I'm convinced that there's like something secret. You know,
That's
when you
a
were
factual statement.
You know, when you were a kid and you thought like, oh, maybe adults like. What if they can do magic? Like, what if I just haven't gotten to the point? Now I'm an adult. I realize I'm not gonna be able to breathe fire.
Yeah.
But maybe women have like a hovering trick, and they can only do it every once in a while. It takes a lot of energy, so they save it for public restrooms.
Nah, I think it's just a half-ass straddle.
Or maybe like a squat thing. I don't know.
It's just a straddle. I think they just stand over it and just pee all over their legs and pee like,
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? And then just pretend that it was a clean process. You
And
know,
we're
then
fucking
just,
gross?
Yeah, and then just walk on out of there. You know?
And how dare you piss on the seat?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Like, come on, man. So, yeah, I don't want to hear anything about a toilet seat from anybody ever again until you guys figure out how to put a sinker on them things.
Yeah.
And get them on out of here, right?
Until you don't got to wear the thing that they give you before you eat, like unlimited crab. Until you don't got to wear that bib when you use the bathroom. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Come on. But, yeah. But anyway, so we'll get into the topics, like quite a few things.
A lot of
going on
stuff to talk about today.
Let me know. Do you have your book? Where's your book?
My book of sonnets is on the desk.
You suck, bro.
Yeah, too bad we don't have a producer to throw it to us.
For real. Serious.
Huh.
No producer.
Producerless.
But I wanted to talk a little. I had to talk on this because I rent, right? I don't own. I rent. And I think about certain things. Like, I know people that have gone through stuff as landlords, owning property and renting to people. That's one thing. You have a tenant. That's not, that's a thing. You know the person. They got in there at some point legally, right? So, yeah, it sucks. They should pay. But it's not as bad as this next story, right? So I wanted to talk about this thing going on in New York City, which it's been a thing, but now it seems that it's gaining some national attention, which is squatters' rights. Mm-hmm. So in New York City, there's a woman that has ownership of a $1 million plus property in New York City. She gets there one day. I believe, if I read it correctly, did she inherit it from like her family or something like that?
That I don't know.
It could have, but look it up. Trust me, you'll find it if you look up this squatters' rights story going on in New York City recently. Whatever the most recent post is, probably related to it. So she gets there, and there's two guys living there.
Which is crazy. Imagine you pull up to your spot, your place.
Yeah.
And you think that you're just going to go there and set things up, and it's just, you try to open the door, and it doesn't open. So
eventually, they end up talking to her, and she says that this is my place, I own it. And words were exchanged, and they're like, no, it's not. Yeah. I live here.
And these guys pull up a fake, like, bill of sale or lease agreement.
Not even a lease. They didn't even produce a lease as far as I saw. I think he produced like a bogus bill for services rendered. He said that he did some repairs on it or something. And now he's requesting the money for the repairs. But he's not. He says, I'm not leaving. He tells her, you should know the law. You have to take me to civil court. I've been here longer than 30 days. So it's only 30 days you need in New York City of uninvited, unwarranted, no permission given, just occupy a residence.
Yeah.
And if you can figure out how to remain there for 30 days and prove you've been there for 30 days, they can no longer kick you out.
Now this person has to spend money. What Up Twiz has to spend money, hire an attorney, go to court to get you out.
Yep.
And there's no consequences to you. Like, you get like a judgment against this person, but they'll never, like, this person is not going to, the kind of person that does this isn't the kind of person that's concerned about their credit score or owing somebody money.
Yeah. So let's go into a little bit about what what ended up happening. So
yeah. So this story is super interesting because you kind of see the whole thing play out on video. The woman goes there and she brings in one of the local news stations, and the local news station goes there with her to help her and also investigate what's happening. They knock on the door. They talk to one of the tenants there. The tenants tell them that they do have an agreement and that this lady, will have to take them to court. The tenants eventually end up leaving the house. When they left the house, they left the door open. So what does this woman do? What does this woman do? She goes into the house, removes all their belongings from the house, and gets a locksmith over to change the locks. Now, her and the news crew are inside this house. It's her house, and she's kind of like elated, but she's also very skeptical. She doesn't want to leave the house because she has a fear that they're going to come back. As they're in the house with the news crew, the tenants come back, and they kick open the door on her and the news crew. The cops get called. The cops come, and what happens? Is justice served? Absolutely not. The woman is arrested. The woman who owns the home, the homeowner, is arrested for unlawfully evicting these people who don't have an agreement with her to live in this house, or living there without paying her any kind of rent. They're essentially just like pirates.
Yeah. And
now she is arrested. She goes to jail because she illegally, quote unquote, illegally evicted these people who never ever had a rightful place to be in the house.
Correct. I don't even have words for how this is a thing. I don't even understand how this is a thing.
Crazy.
And, what it makes me think is, again, I mean, I've had this sentiment on previous issues. And just so everybody knows, these were Americans that did this. Just so people aren't like misguiding animosity or anything. This was not anything to do with this migrant issue, nothing like that. The people that did this to this woman in New York City were Americans.
Yeah.
So just, you need to know that. But, it's, I went that way and I forgot where my point was going.
You were saying about how you knew people who had went through this, and you were saying that. That's what you were saying, and you said it. It is a crazy situation to be in. I rented to people one time that didn't want to leave. That sucked. It's not a great feeling being on the landlord side, and from being on a tenant side, to a certain extent, I can empathize with in certain situations, right? If you're somebody who rents an apartment, also it depends who you're doing it to, right? Because if you're doing it to, I don't know why, but if you're doing it to a corporation, I don't feel as bad as if you're doing it to like a homeowner, like somebody who, it's almost like stealing from Walmart versus like stealing from like the mom and pop shop.
No, I get you. Yeah,
there's a little bit of a.
It's percentage wise, it's gonna hurt you more.
Exactly.
In terms of revenue or whatever.
But if
or keeping your home, essentially, a lot of times the people that are the landlord are also living in the property.
Exactly. And that's where I feel, those are the people I feel bad for the most. When you're a tenant, you're renting from somebody and you can no longer afford it. Like, I get it. It stinks. Missing a month because you're trying to get your shit together is one thing. Intentionally not paying somebody is something totally different. And then a step above and beyond that is essentially breaking and entering into a place, just getting the electrical company to start to put the light on over there so you can, sneak yourself into a free living is ridiculous. And the fact that it's not even like people are going to try to win in every method they can win in, and this is a strategy that people are using to try to win. There needs to be things in place so like things like this don't happen. This is crazy. Like, I need to see the opposite end of why these squatters' rights exist. Like, at what point, why did this happen? Like, where's the story of the squatter getting screwed? Where's Bobby versus the state of New York, squatting case 001. Where's that case that made these laws come up? I need to know. This guy must have got stiffed that they made these laws, these squatters' right laws. Like, I can't think of it. Yeah. I can't think of the situation where it would be okay to live in a place, intentionally not pay rent, and think that's okay, especially when you never had an agreement to stay there to begin with. It's one thing to overstay a lease. It's one thing to, stop paying your rent when you had an agreement and you had been paying rent for some time. Like, that's still terrible. But when you just break into a place and move yourself in and stay and say like, yo, I got a right to be here, that's great. That's pirate shit.
Bro, what he started saying, the guy started saying it. He was like, well, He said, you should know the law. You got to take me to civil court. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. But you know where I think she messed up? I think she messed up by calling the media. I think she messed up by, did she call the police or they did?
Which time? The second time?
The first time.
The first time they called the police.
Okay.
But the thing is that I think the media attention is good for her. But I'll let you finish your point. I don't want to step on it.
What I was going to say is, like, if that's my situation, right? If that's what's happening in my property, something I own, and I'm not calling the police. I'm not calling the news. I'm calling my friends. You're squatting in here. You broke in here. Now you're going to leave here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a tenant. That's a different story. You can't go and I'm not calling anybody.
But they're going to call the cops on you. And
they can call them, but I'll have them out already. And I'll be like, that's not true. Like, they were never here.
Yeah.
But wait, they weren't here. I will drop them off so far from where we are.
Yeah.
You know, like that's I'm calling my friends. You're not gonna stay there.
When you're in those situations, none of those juices are worth the squeeze because they always result in like the people who do this stuff are crafty individuals. You know, there's a reason you got to have a set of balls to do this. So I don't know. I'm impartial to it, obviously, but
I mean, to me, dude, nah, you're leaving. You're leaving like now.
Yeah, I mean that's what
you're
everybody would. That's
now.
I feel like that's what everybody says, though.
Yeah, everybody says that, but I'm just gonna be like,
you might be one of those people that
I'm gonna be like, I don't know who these people are. They broke into my stuff. I didn't know they were squatting here. I didn't. What is that squatting? What are we talking about? These guys broke into my property.
Yeah.
I don't know who they broke into my home. This is my property. I own this. I live here.
Yeah, but after the smoke clears, you still committed a bunch of crimes, and these people will be back in your house.
I mean, I don't know. You gotta really.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you have the ability to really incentivize people.
Yeah, it's, it ain't gonna be me. It's not gonna be any. Listen,
let's stop digging in this fucking.
All right.
They're gonna fucking do a RICO on the masses now. Give me a.
Yes, but yeah, you're probably right. It's the freaking law. But what else we got, man? It's there's one thing to do a breaking and entering, and kind of move into a place, but sometimes. You're getting into that house, not through a window where they left the door open. You get into that house because you got a warrant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same way the police got into Diddy's houses yesterday.
Yeah, man. Diddy, man.
Diddy's getting hit with the fucking Mar-a-Lago treatment, bro. Our guy's going down like the president.
Yeah, he's, they hit him they hit his house in Star Island.
Yeah.
Off of Miami.
The police, or the police. Is it the feds?
The feds, yeah. I saw reports saying it was Homeland Security. I heard reports saying it was the feds. I saw what the guys looked like because there's a video, there's helicopter footage of the whole thing happening. We probably should have had that pulled up. I didn't think of it. But yeah, so go ahead.
The police raided 2 of Diddy's homes. His home in California, one of his homes in California, another home in Florida. People are speculating that they believe that these raids are tied to sexual. I got to get my notes. It's in my notes. Excuse me.
Go get your notes, man. Go get them, man.
So unprofessional. Let me get my notes and then I'll be able to tell you guys more.
You're not unprofessional, man. We love you here, man. It's all good. Your book of sonnets. See, that's the thing. That's why I keep the notes on my phone. Because I always have my phone to check the chat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No. Dude. Like, I'm going to let the world see you.
Your note-taking ability is fucking far superior than mine, bro. Your ability to put notes on your phone and not in a fucking book. I'm living in a fucking Stone Age. I might as well be chiseling these fucking notes in this book. There I go.
It's like the 6-punch combo right there,
Yeah,
bro.
I can't even help myself sometimes. All right. Ready and go. The raids are in connection to a federal sex trafficking investigation. That's what the news stations are alleging. Sex trafficking. I tell you one thing, man. I feel like the feds are always known for like not missing. When they come after you, it's like because they have such a high conviction rate, and they're just known for like, you know, taking down big organizations or cracking big cases. I feel like when they're after you, you're porked. That's like a negative one. See? I had the opportunity to use it there, and I didn't use it. Continue. Go ahead.
I agree, because a lot of times they don't want to waste. Well, they're good at wasting money, the feds. They're just, they don't like to waste it in this way. They like to waste it on trips and corruption. And
when they go public about their investigations, they usually have a lot of evidence already.
Not always. Sometimes they're like, this, we're going to make the evidence. So we've seen that multiple times. We see it going on right now with our former president. Yeah. You know, you got that. You got the Tate brothers. Nothing was ever found, given it wasn't America. But
they're not. They're not. Yeah. Listen, I can't speak to their. Oof, almost.
But it's scary though that there's this much shady stuff going on in Hollywood and music, and it's just weird. It's like a dirty business for more reasons than we used to think.
Yeah, dude. You know? People are loving this story. The second this broke, people started watching Diddy's private jet. Diddy's jet left California, started heading to the Caribbean, and everybody was losing their mind talking about Diddy's fleeing the country. No, Diddy was stopped at an airport somewhere, and he wasn't arrested, but they did take all his electronic devices. And they're saying that now there's a guy who used to be like a videographer for him, who documented all of these like crazy events.
I believe it. You mean the guy that shot like the blackmail videos?
I guess they could be used as that now, but he's saying like there's videos, like, I guess, imagine Diddy just hired somebody to shoot a vlog for him every day, but never put it out. There's like videos there's allegedly videos of people drugging people, of people doing stuff with people, just crazy stuff.
See, it sounds like he went to the Schmepstein University, but he just wasn't forward thinking. He got sloppy with the pots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. He got sloppy with the pots, and that's what ended up happening. They popped in, and they're like, "Yeah, bro, you're going down." I also have a little tinfoil hat suspicion here that I feel like Diddy might be the fall guy for something way bigger than him. You think Diddy is the boss, man? Come on, bro.
I don't think he's the boss, but he might have pissed somebody off.
That's it. You know, that could be. He either pissed somebody off or somebody else is about to go down and they had to make him take everything or something like that. It's just, did I what?
Were you able to see what Mace said about this? Oh, Mace didn't directly say this about this, but he did have a very interesting and timely comment on his show with Cameron.
On the podcast?
Yeah.
No, what did he say?
He was just saying about how back in the day, him leaving rap and everything like that, like it was the right thing to do. And that he was escaping a lot of stuff that people don't realize that people might possibly be starting to realize. And then he talks about like just escaping, and he starts naming people. He said, I escaped, the situations, like, the Shines and the Biggie Smalls and the, there was like two other names, the Loon, which I don't even know what the situation with Loon was, but
Mario Winans.
They named a couple other people. I guess the ones that stuck out for me were Biggie Smalls and Shine. So maybe he's alluding to people who've taken the fall for him, or who have just been,
It's just a dirty world.
Exactly. These are all people that seem to have falling out, like surrounding Diddy. It seems like those are the people he was mentioning. Yeah. And he was just saying about how, essentially what I got from it, it was one of those like he who laughs last situations where it's
he
like,
who laughs last laughs the hardest, that kind of thing.
That's something that I always think about, because sometimes you got to let things go and realize that, what, somebody might have won a situation right now, but like I'll be the one laughing later on.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there's quite a few. I mean, Maya just had a video. You know Maya? You know the singer? Yeah, she just, an interview of hers from years ago was making the rounds again. And she was talking about leaving the industry because of just stuff that she didn't agree with. She's like, I'm not going to do the kind of stuff. I'm not going to be involved in the things that that people say you have to be. She said, I don't want to be famous that bad.
No, dude, you get for what? To turn into Amanda Bynes?
Yeah.
You want to turn into Amanda Bynes? Have you seen her lately?
She's looking crazy.
Yo, she is looking wild.
Yeah.
First of all, she looks like she brought in a picture of the clown from McDonald's and said, I want my eyebrows to look like this.
Yeah. The craziest thing to me is not even her appearance as much.
Yeah.
Because Madonna looks crazy. Like, a lot of people are looking crazy from the surgery and just looking nuts. Britney is out of her gourd. You know, a lot of these people are out of their minds.
Dude, they're on like a new drug that we just haven't seen yet. Because we're going to start seeing people acting this crazy and we're like, oh, this is what Britney and Amanda were on.
Yeah. Nah, they're on showbiz. That's what they're on, dude. They're on fame and they're on early fame. If you look, Justin Bieber's taking a step back. He got married and he's off the radar. Where's he at?
Good for him.
He's low key. He sold a bunch of his catalog, took a bunch of money, and now I'm pretty sure he's just with his chick, which is what's her name? I think Haley Baldwin.
Oh, good for him.
Bad one.
You want to pull up the video? I do have a video of Amanda Bynes. So
yeah. So what I was gonna say is her appearance isn't the saddest part to me. Mm-hmm. The saddest part is kind of her publicizing her attempt to get back on her feet. And I don't think it's coming off in a way like people aren't receiving it as, you go, girl.
No, dude, people are at an all-time mean, bro. You look at any comment section of any video and you'll find the most vile things, dude.
Yeah, people are really mean. Side note, you know the coffee chick?
Yeah.
You know that she was just on your mom's house.
No way.
Swear to God, Tommy Segura had her on, yo. Swear to God.
There's a girl on Instagram who, she's a girl, right?
She is. I don't know if she thinks she is, but she is.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Nobody's offended. That's, listen, okay, whatever.
I asked my wife. She said that she's a girl.
Okay, I mean, she's a woman. She can vouch for who's a woman. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, if it, like Dave Chappelle can make Asian jokes because he's married to an Asian lady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm with the woman. I can make fun of women. Definitely a woman. Man's haircut. Anyways, there's a woman on Instagram who is on Instagram, and she has these videos where she's like a day in the life of a self-employed
small business owner
who makes coffee for a living.
Yeah.
And her videos are about coffee, but the comment section is just people absolutely obliterating her, just saying the meanest things about her appearance and her weight and her orientation, just saying the meanest things you could possibly think of. People telling her to unalive herself, the meanest things you could think of, people are saying it in this comment section.
Yeah.
It was so mean, I had to send it to just one night. I was like, dude, look at these comments. This is disgusting.
The funniest thing is that he and I had a moment where we realized we had both been reading these comments separately and not knowing the other one was doing it.
Yeah, because I hit him up and he was reading them too.
Dude, she had this one where she had purple and black on and these little round black glasses, black frame glasses. And she's on there and she like always shows her outfits and stuff, you know, puts her hands in her pockets or whatever and kind of stretch. She's doing her thing, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody was like, Heavy Potter, they called her. I was like, oh my God. Yo, they say stuff like hate from New Zealand.
Yo, I was just going to
sending
say that.
hate from Croatia.
Dude, there's like 75 different countries on there that people are sending hate from. Hate from the Philippines. They'll just leave that comment, like hate from this place.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. And just within the hate, there's a bunch of clever comments. Like the Heavy Potter thing is very funny.
Yeah, it's
like
very
the fact
funny.
that she dresses like she's going to be on like Peaky Blinders, I think is kind of like some of the things that people don't like.
Yeah, she likes tweed and vests,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Oh, there's a lot of
people go in like, you know, she wears like pocket watches and shit. But But yeah, so back to Amanda Bynes. So the reason we're talking about this is how mean people are in comments. That's what took us on this tirade. But Amanda Bynes she doesn't only look crazy, she is out here, being a movie star and stuff like that, to now she's living life like us, like regular people. She's going to vocational school and stuff, trying to get a job.
But is she rich?
I don't know. She might be in some kind of conservatorship or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she's got to complete some kind of education so that then she can get some points. You know how like court is?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, all right, you got to take 15 credits we'll knock 3 years off your probation.
Yeah, make 1,600 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the homeless that are taking advantage of our con government, and then we'll cut you loose.
Yeah.
Or you could be an esthetician.
Yeah. So she chose to be a nail tech. So she's like, I'm going to be a nail tech. She's going through the process, and now she was testing this week. So we're going to the people, and I did have one question. So what is it, video one? I had one question about this. What we got?
Spaz says her current net worth in 2024 is an estimated $6 million. Spaz, you're the man. We appreciate you.
Damn, Spaz, thank you, man.
$6 million. So she's got some money.
Hey, everybody, I wanted to let my...
Nope, here, go back.
Dang.
That's me.
Sorry, no, I'm going to come back to you. I got to reset, damn. All right, so which one?
Okay, it's video number 2.
Yeah, I did that by accident. I hit it like when you were talking about Spaz. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I said, shout out to Spaz for the stat. We appreciate you. We're Twizzless, so we always appreciate your help. It's not about her money. Maybe she's just picking up hobbies.
Yeah, it could be. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's trying to get some normalcy and some structure to her life. Yeah. It has nothing to do with what she's going for. I don't care what she's going for. I give anybody credit that's doing anything. Yeah, if you're working toward a goal, go get it. Do what you got to do. My reference was more so in terms of it just seems like she's trying to get into a routine, get into some structure, because without structure and goals, whether short-term, long-term, you lose the cart goes off the track. You know what I mean? You're going to get off. It's not going to work. So
let's see. Let's see the video. Show the people the video of her.
Yeah. And I had one question. I'm just hoping that at this nail tech thing, they also are teaching how to do eyebrows.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I'm taking the board exam to get my manicurist license this Tuesday. I really hope I pass the test this time. I will let you all know if I do or don't, of course, and I'll keep retaking it until I get the license. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye. Hey everybody, I wanted to let my fans know that I'm taking the board exam to get my manicurist license this Tuesday. I really hope I pass the test this time. I will let you all know if I do or don't, of course, and I'll keep retaking it until I get the license. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.
Now that I rewatched this,
yeah. Don't you have hope for her?
I almost empathize because she's being really nice.
She's being real, man. She's being super positive, man. You can tell they're medicating the shit out of her, but she's doing what she's got to do, man. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I want her to win, dude.
Yeah, I want her to win. Some of the things I said about her eyebrows were funny, so I'm not going to take everything I said back.
Hey, I had an eyebrow joke too. That's all right.
But now that I'm rewatching the video, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you look fucking crazy. But you're trying.
Read what Spaz said.
What does Spaz say? What did he say? I hope they have a red nail polish called the Dancing Lobster. So that she can say it. So that she can say it one more time. I'd go there and get my nails done once a week, and I'd just hear her say, bring out the Dancing Lobsters.
Right. Somebody comes out of the back dressed like a lobster, bringing the nail polish.
Bringing the nail polish. Yeah, I hope that she succeeds. Another thing I said while watching the video is that I don't think she's going to have an issue with people like approaching her in the street because I wouldn't have recognized her.
I wouldn't have recognized her either.
She could come into Burger King and be like in front of me, and I wouldn't have recognized her. Maybe the face tap might be like, "Oh, you're Amanda Bynes."
Yeah.
But even though if I seen somebody famous, I would never I don't approach people. Also because I'm thinking it's just like you got to be like pretty confident to approach like famous. It's like, "Hey, I love your stuff."
Yeah.
Or let me get a picture with you. I'm just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, nah. What I do is I'll say what's up like discreetly. So we have like a moment. I think that makes me probably stand out more because I expect to have these people on this goddamn show one day. You know, and that's what we wanted to announce. Actually, we have a really big guest coming up, so we're pursuing it. Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, we're gonna have a special episode where Amanda Bynes gonna come and do our nails.
Yeah. Dude, did you?
She's going to come on the show live, and she's going to give us pedicures.
Yep. It's going to be, and I'm going to go with the Dancing Lobster Red.
That's it.
Do you follow the Full Send podcast at all?
Yes, I do. A little bit. I don't watch them all, but I watch a good amount.
You're familiar with Bob Menery?
I'm not, so I guess I don't follow the Full Send podcast.
Bob Menery was one of the hosts on the podcast. He's famous for being the voice of Buffalo Wild Wings, and he's also the guy on Instagram that does all those funny voiceovers on the sports.
Oh, that guy's great.
Yeah, real funny. He was on the podcast, and then they had a falling out. He left. He's now back to try to make a run at getting back at the podcast. So Kyle gave him like this 6 podcast contract that within 6 podcasts he has to get Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, as a guest. And until he gets him as a guest, he has to dress like Harry Potter every podcast. So they've been having podcasts, and this guy has to dress like Harry Potter while trying to get Harry Potter, and they keep referring to him as Harry Potter. Dude, the second episode, he goes, "I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been in touch with his people, and one of the hard parts is we're probably gonna have to stop calling him Harry Potter because." Because he's trying to get away from that whole thing, you know? And they keep calling him. It's so funny because they keep calling him Harry Potter.
Oh,
like
my
Daniel
God.
Radcliffe. Which I didn't even know his name was Daniel Radcliffe.
I had no idea who the hell you were talking about. I was like, oh, and then you said Harry Potter. I said, oh, of course.
Yeah. That might not even be his name. But yeah, it's a pretty funny situation that they got going on right now. Those guys, they like people who just keeps like doing good with things. Like they're one of those people. Like they just keep doing good with things. The podcast, in my opinion, like was terrible in the beginning, but now it's like become more of like less serious and more of a comedic spin, and it plays more to like their characters. That I think it's working like very well now, like better than ever.
Yeah, I think it takes time, dude. Come on, man. I mean, we're in our third year of doing this. It takes time just getting to talk to somebody, getting to realize when you're cutting someone off, let somebody talk, chill, let somebody. How to kind of, it's almost like rap battling, I feel like. Mm-hmm. It's thinking on the fly, but delivering without leaving big, empty gaps, It's a weird thing. I give them a lot of credit, man, because they don't have to be doing a podcast.
No, they don't. They're rich without that.
That's the thing.
You see, they had Ryan, I don't know if you've seen this, they had Ryan Garcia on the other day.
I didn't see it. I know Ryan Garcia seems to be going through some stuff. I don't know what's going on, but...
So one of the things I found interesting about the interview is that he was saying that he was like, everybody thinks I'm on drugs, I'm sniffing coke, and he's like, I get tested by the athletic commission. I get tested all the time. He's like, I'm not doing drugs, which is even more concerning to me.
You keep doing your thing. Don't worry about me.
Because if he's not doing drugs, then is he having a mental breakdown? Like, what's happening?
I mean, it's possible that I don't know what it is because I don't ever want to assume that people are on drugs because that's not right. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But it's tough. I think also that he's aligned with Golden Boy, which I think people automatically say because of Oscar De La Hoya's history and using cocaine and stuff, that it may be something you kind of unconsciously align him with that.
I said that was one of the first things, and it's not even fair to him, but that's one of the first things I said. I was like, why is this guy aligning himself with these people? Like, I get it, that's his team, but like whoever around him needs to pull him away from that because it's drawing this terrible image, especially when you got Oscar on stage, geeked out his face, talking about Ryan looks great. He looks great, bro. He looks better than I've ever seen him before. The fight is at risk. This fight is at risk.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I mean, this is kind of distraction Ryan Garcia doesn't need. I'm sure they're going to be extra strenuous with the testing and stuff like that on him. And I think it's crazy. Once you align yourself with Golden Boy, it's pretty synonymous with, we're making jokes. But in my comedic thought process, if I'm riffing with you, I'm thinking I align people that go with Golden Boy with cross dressing and blow.
Yeah.
Like
those
that's
are the two staples in my mind. When you take give me 2 words about Golden Boys. It's like fishnet stockings, cocaine.
That's it. That's it. You know, that's what I think about more than like those fake combos he used to hit people with and just breathe a lot and the judges love it. He'd be like, ush, 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 and he wouldn't hit anything. But then the crowd
make
go
sounds.
crazy. Bro, he would win around doing that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's those 3 things really that I think about. But
I don't and I think it's I think the fight's at jeopardy. I think it's crazy that he's like publicly drinking alcohol while in camp. You're in camp, dude.
is he really doing that?
Yeah. And he's like talking about how he's like that he's fine. Like he's not one of these guys that you know that can't drink during camp and stuff like that. Like he could go out. He goes, I could go out and drink and have a crazy night, wake up in the morning and go, put in that work.
That's not what it's about.
It's not what it's about. It's about giving yourself 100%, odds of, not 100% odds of winning, but it's about putting in 100%. And when you consume things like alcohol or drugs while you're trying to be a peak athlete, you're not giving yourself 100% of yourself. You're not putting in only premium fuel. And it's not about living that lifestyle forever. It's 3-4 months, dude. You're in camp. You're about to make $20-30 million off this fight. Give yourself every chance, every opportunity you could get.
Yeah.
You don't want to come back, lose the fight by a round, lose the fight by a point or 2 points, and then say, man, if I wouldn't have drank a couple of those nights, I would have had a little more energy. I would have been able to pull it out in the 12th, but this or that,
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, why would you not want to, because your opponent's probably not doing that.
Oh, Davis ain't drinking.
Nah, they're not doing that. So why not give yourself the best opportunity? It's going to give you it's going to boost your confidence. You're going to go in there confident knowing you did the best. Dude, other people might not know it, but if you didn't give 100%. You know it. And your performance is going to display that. Your confidence is going to display that. When I've had weeks off, months off of training, and I step in a training room, I feel different than when I'm there every week. I'm there 2-3 days. Like, it's a different feeling. Mm-hmm. I get there and I'm like, you feel different. You're like, damn, there's definitely gaps in what I should have been doing.
Yeah.
You know what it is, man. So
that first front roll is more like a throw.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm more just throwing my body into it.
For real, bro. I need like the chiropractor, and it's like, what? I don't know why he would do that to himself. And I think that it's, this is where that veteran voice needs to come in. This is where I think that if De La Hoya wants him to succeed and wants to have, that next De La Hoya under his wing, he needs to tell him, like, dude, come on, man. I wasn't doing this till I was at the tail end of my career.
Dude, I don't know De La Hoya personally. I don't know if he's a good guy, he's a bad guy. But the way he's presented on television or on, in media, man, he looks like a vampire. He looks like a guy that's just going to suck this kid dry. That might not be the truth. De La Hoya might have Ryan's best interest in mind. He might want Ryan to win. He might be behind the scenes trying to tell Ryan to take it easy. I don't know. But the way it looks from the outside looking in, it looks like he's the Mexican Don King.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you, man. I feel like he's like, yo, Ryan, you're the best, Ryan. You're going to be the champion, Ryan. I'm telling you, Ryan, here. What do you want to do, Ryan? And he just wants him to, he's like a politician that just wants to get reelected. Mm-hmm. He wants him to re-sign with him. He don't really care if he wins or not. He don't care where his career goes. He just wants to have that young king under him, signed under him.
Yeah.
That real Don King thing. Like, he doesn't,
Dude, there's not that many superstars in this sport anymore.
No.
And he's one of them.
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5. There's like 3 boxers that even touch the mainstream.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of them that are even big, big amongst the casuals.
Yeah.
So,
And none of them are in these weight classes.
No, they're all heavyweights.
Exactly. They're all big boys, or they're, you might have a couple like Tank Davis and stuff like that. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know.
Spaz says Daniel Radcliffe could rap. Going back to our Daniel Radcliffe.
I mean, what else we got? There's one more thing I wanted to touch on that was insane.
Go ahead.
Real quick, I wanted to touch on that. I don't know if anybody saw it. We were going to play the video, but we weren't sure if it would get us flagged or not. But in California, and you want to finish off, we're going to finish off with your story. All right, so in California, a man was arrested, and there's a video of it. People going by were filming the guy. There's a man on the sidewalk walking, and then he bends over, and he's eating something. And there's a video of it, and what he's eating is a human leg. So right away, people think it's fake. You know, people are like, what is this? Dude, it turns out this man was eating a real human leg out in broad daylight in California on the sidewalk next to the road. And the leg came from a woman that had been struck by a train close by.
What is going on in California?
Bro, I don't know, dude.
This guy finds a leg, and the first thing he says is he got to eat it. Now, Justin sent me this video.
Yeah.
And I must be a sicko, but the first thing I said was like, where's this lady? Where's her body? Like, I got to see the rest of the body before I believe that this is a leg this guy's got to hold on to. Did this guy just film? Because, you know, California is the land of movies. Is this a bit that's going on that this guy's just filming? You know, is this a movie? And then you see this guy, and the cop cars are coming out of nowhere. You do see what looks like a foot as a handle and a red end. Look like a leg to me.
Yeah.
He's eating it?
Dude, he's bent over, and they reported he's eating it. He looks like he's eating it. But then again, the media is full of shit a lot. But the media is reporting this as fact. He was arrested. He was arrested because that's illegal. You can't, you know, cannibalism is not legal, and you can't.
How's that work, though? You know, because he found that foot, probably.
No, but there's like laws about mishandling a corpse or cadavers, this stuff like that. You can't just be running around with a human leg. That's somebody. It belongs to somebody. You took it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You think he had like a foot fetish?
It seemed like he was preserving the foot. Maybe he was saving the foot for last.
That's the best part.
Yeah, he looked like he was starting up a little higher up, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so, but I'm telling you, man, California's a different place. Horse of a different color.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy enough to get struck by a train. For you to get struck by a train, lose a leg, and then homeboy eats it. You imagine that waking this woman up and like, listen, Sally, good news. We were able to attach one of your legs. Ah. But the bad news, we weren't able to attach the other leg. We did get the leg, but unfortunately, it was too badly damaged by the homeless man who had eaten 3/4 of it before we were able to get it.
Correct. But we are hopeful.
Yeah.
There's some new technology coming out, and we've got the man in our custody, and we've got 3 people that we hired to follow him around until he shits out the rest.
Yeah, they're going to graft that puppy back together.
Yeah, now we're just going to collect it.
Yeah.
Stitch that bad boy together, crochet that thing together, slap it back on, you'll be good to go.
They had a standoff outside this dude's tent. They couldn't go in there because he had squatters' rights.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, by the time they got the leg, it was too late. Last story of the day, which I think this is a great. If there wasn't enough crazy things going on, Diddy, the feds coming after Diddy, the homeless cannibals in California, even crazier than all that, a cargo ship crashes into a bridge. Did you see this? The Key Bridge in is that Birmingham?
That was in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah.
Sometimes my own notes. Did you see the cargo ship crash into a bridge? We got the video. I'm gonna play the video and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
Yes.
And then we'll wrap up the show on that. On a nice high note.
That's it. We'll do it. So let's check it out.
So there's no video, but I'll do some voiceovers for you guys. Here you have a 980 some odd foot cargo ship, right? Comes through the bridge, comes under. Oh, at this point, it's turning around. Look, it's coming back. It's going towards the bridge, so it's coming to us.
Wait, this happened at night?
Yeah.
I thought it was in the day.
This is last night. It might have been in the early morning then.
You sure this is the right video?
This is the right video. Dude, when you see this, you're going to notice that this is the right video. Look, he's heading right towards like the pillar.
Is he?
Yeah, and you can see the exhaust. Boom. Hits it. But this isn't. There's no breaks in the. Look at that. Takes the whole thing out.
Were there cars on the bridge?
There was cars passing. You see cars passing.
Oh, my God, dude. I didn't know there were cars on it. Oh.
Took the whole bridge out.
He killed people?
There's people that they still haven't found yet. Nobody was hurt on the boat.
Whoa.
People were pulled out of the water.
Damn, one of my boys is a merchant marine. He's a boat captain. I would like to have him on here to discuss what the hell could have went wrong there.
They're saying that it wasn't like a single person's fault, that there's a mechanical failure.
They flicked the lights on a little late. Somebody just woke up. You seen that?
What's weird is that look at the exhaust come on. Like you could see that they're like gassing it at some point, maybe to try to pull it back.
Yeah, they're gassing it in reverse because there's no brakes. There's only reversing.
That's what I'm saying.
So they're trying to make that thing go backwards. Oh, man. And it takes so long to turn a boat that size. There's no way they were clearing that. Damn, that was real like, there's
you see the cars passing by, right?
Bridge dead ahead.
But you know what's as if this isn't crazy enough that like the aftermath is crazy. They're gonna have to build a whole new bridge, dude.
I can't believe. Imagine you're just commuting and some idiot
in a cargo ship,
dude. Your brain wouldn't even register what was happening immediately. You know what I mean?
No, I would think I'm in some movie with like The Rock.
You'd be like, wait, what the holy shit? The bridge is falling. Wow.
Yeah. But, you know, you think about this is a method of transportation for a lot of people. There's other ships that can't come in right now.
I feel like we should call Ryan and put him on the phone live.
It's a dangerous game you're playing.
Yeah, he's a boat captain.
He listen, this happened last night. If he knows about it, text him. Maybe he knows about it. And maybe
he probably got some kind of bulletin about it. He's probably got to go to some automatic safety course about how not to hit a bridge.
Yeah,
nobody else does it.
They just updated the curriculum. No, but dude, you think about it. There's ships that can't come in right now, cargo ships that are because it's one of the like 9 biggest intake ports in the States. Wow. And there's ships that are coming in that are being held up right now because they can't come in because of this situation.
That is crazy. This is the first time I ever kind of was curious about the second season of The Wire. It took place with all this bullshit boating stuff off of Baltimore.
Not only the ships that are coming in, but also this bridge. You got to think about it. This bridge, people probably use this bridge every day to get to work, to get to where they got to go to. Like, how is this going to affect it's like a domino effect that affects everything.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Think about all the cargo ships that are coming into there that are going to have whatever they're going to have on. Those things aren't going to get to their destination. Then all the people who have to use this bridge to travel every day, they're going to have to take different routes, you know? And rebuilding this bridge is going to be billions of dollars.
Wow. And it's going to take so long.
Oh, it's going to take there's so much corruption that's going to be involved in the rebuilding of this bridge that it's going to take forever. They got to get the unions involved. Yeah. They're going to need to get plans, approvals. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on before this.
Dude, there's going to have to be a cleanup underneath there. They're going to have to pull all that crap out. Yeah. Harbor crews and stuff like that.
They can't leave that in our bridge. They can't just leave that there.
Damn.
There's people down there right now probably scrapping that shit, trying to get pieces out.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to start trying to invest in some
bridge makers?
Not
bridge making supplies?
I'm thinking about afterwards when that becomes a reef down there and they got all this kind of scuba business going on in Baltimore.
You text Ryan. We're at the end of the show, but if we could get him on, he's definitely very, very, very knowledgeable. I don't know how much Justin wants to talk about his, but he's a very experienced boat captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what he's up to. I must have missed him. I'm one of these idiots that I have to look in my messages and I always overlook the person I'm looking for. I have to scroll in my recent texts until I find you instead of search for you.
Or we could just call him and ask him.
Yeah. I'm texting him right now. I'm gonna see what he says. This guy always has his phone notifications silenced. This guy's one of those guys that's like doesn't answer his phone. He doesn't answer texts. He's like, nope, I'm outdoors. I'm doing things.
All right,
I'm not living through my phone.
So it looks like we're not getting Ryan tonight.
Now let's see. Notify anyway. I'm pushing it through. Sent it all shaky like this.
Wait, does it say he's like on Do Not Disturb?
Yeah, it says do not disturb, and I sent it anyway.
Dude, iPhones are crazy.
Yeah, you can force it through. It says send notify him anyway. And I was like, yeah. I hit it, and then the message goes like this. It jumps out and it shakes and goes back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. You can do stupid stuff like that. You know, like you can yeah, it's stupid. You know, it's a, you know.
Those are the little things that they need to do with cell phones nowadays because they're so advanced and they're like, there's not much difference. Like, there's no more incentives to get the new phone.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's nothing that they're going to give you on this new phone that's going to make it worth you essentially taking out a loan to get it. Because that's what it is when you buy new phones nowadays. We just pay it like monthly, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to make you want to pay an extra $35 a month.
No.
To have.
No.
Like, what else could they put in that phone?
Nothing.
Think about, like, what other thing, like, coffee maker? Like, what could they put on a phone now?
Dude, what they'd be better off doing is instead of trying to make us buy phones for $1,200, $1,800, they should just charge like $300 to upgrade the firmware.
They're like, don't start with phones, guys. Let's keep it on Ryan. We text Ryan. We don't know what's going to happen.
Give me your phone. I'm going to call him.
You want to call him?
Yeah, your phone's connected, right?
I got to go over there and turn it on.
Is it automatically connected? You want to connect mine?
I'll connect.
So he'll answer?
Yeah. Give me your phone.
How do you do it? You need my phone?
Yeah. Give me your phone.
Bluetooth settings?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with technology.
No, but it's an iPhone. You know, it's like stuff is in a different place. I know you know what you need to get to. It's just a different path to get to it.
Why do you have so many Bluetooth devices here?
Because I'm a guy with a lot of Bluetooths, bro.
You got a lot of wireless technology.
Yeah, bro. You know, come on, don't judge me. I got a lot of earpods and a lot of headphones and a lot of, you know, I got stereo at my crib. I got my car. I got my parents' car. My Jeep is probably still on there, even though I sold it. I wish I could switch to Twiz's camera right now and just show you over there.
All right, I think.
How come I can hear myself? Like afterwards. Oh, is there sound on the phone? Yeah, I can hear myself. So the Bluetooth of the video is playing through the Bluetooth speaker.
Is that better?
So turn the volume down, yeah.
I didn't know you had anything. I guess it is connected. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's connected.
I'm going to call him right now. So we're going to try to call my buddy or our buddy and see if he wants to talk about this. I'm going to call him right now.
You got to mute it. You can still hear it.
It's all the way down. I just killed the video, so. All right, let's see. We're going to give him one attempt, and then we're going to wrap the show.
Even if he has no idea about the story, I got some questions to ask.
All right, live on the line. Yo, nobody's safe anymore
Yeah.
since we hooked this up.
Just now that we got this, if you even know anything.
Nobody's safe, bro. Yo, Ryan.
What up?
Yo,
What up?
bro, you're on the Bluetooth live on the podcast right now.
You don't say anything
man.
crazy.
What's going on?
Not much, man. We wanted to ask you because you're such an expert here on certain things. You understand about boats. You understand about water
Baltimore.
safety. Dude, yeah.
Can you give us some insight on Baltimore? How does a mistake like this happen? One thing I'm curious about is how long does it take to stop a 1,000-foot cargo ship?
It takes miles.
Oh, shit. Yeah?
Miles. Yeah. What I saw is, they're cruising. They lost power. Obviously, everybody saw the lights turn out, and then they regained power. The lights came back on the ship, and then you see the black smoke. Some people were like, "Oh, the fire." That's them. Like, they got power back. That's them throttle, full reverse. Engines are ripping, trying to stop that damn boat. But, I've never been on a ship that big, but my buddy has, and 1,000-foot ship, I think they were doing about 15 knots, which is common inside the channel. They're heading out. Those guys are on like a crazy schedule. It takes miles to stop that ship.
Wow. Can you equate
And there's
15
no
knots
regulation.
in miles real quick?
15 knots.
Like a rough estimate.
I don't know. It's like
Ryan only knows knots. His car's
Shit.
converted to knots.
yeah, it's like a little bit faster than miles per hour.
Okay. All right.
It's,
So
I think it's like 1.125 to 1.
oh shit.
It's like, yeah, it's not much.
All right. Yeah. So you said it takes miles to stop that thing.
Miles.
Wow.
Miles.
Man.
That's insane, dude. See, what's crazy is
Yeah.
this is why we phoned you in as the
what
expert.
Yeah, and what I was saying, everyone, some people are like, oh, it was a terrorist attack. It could have been this, and it's like, if you're doing 15 miles an hour or 17 miles an hour, and you're steering your ship, you're doing like 5 degrees left rudder, 5 degrees right rudder. You're maneuvering the ship to go right in between the bridge joists, and and then all of a sudden you lose power. You just lost steering. You just lost your engines, and if you are at 5 degrees right rudder when you lost power, the ship's ripping 15 miles an hour at 5 degrees right rudder. It's like you'll eventually do a full circle. That's like you're diving. Your heading is diving to the right.
That's why it looked like they were like almost like crab walking. Like they were like going sideways almost, because it looks like they were. That makes sense now. Because I was thinking to myself, man, isn't it harder to hit these, like to hit the bridge? Like the openings are there's much more space to go through the openings than it is to hit the bridge.
Yeah. I mean, most ships, you got to be more concerned about bottoming out underneath the bridge. You got to worry about your vertical clearance underneath.
Oh, true. Because you could drag under there, right?
Yeah, but it's a big ship, and I don't know how much space they had, and if there's another ship crossing at the same time, but usually you got good space, and they have pilots on board who are like local experts for bringing ships in and bringing ships out, so they schedule traffic accordingly. So if it's super narrow, only one ship's going to cross at a time, and they have a professional that lives in the area, has years of experience, and they're all buddies with the other pilots on every other ship, and they say, I'm coming out, you're going to wait a half hour until I clear, and then you can come. So clearance isn't the issue. This guy lost power for some horrible reason.
Wow.
Could have been clogged fuel filters, or they didn't top off the fuel day tanks, or they were syncing up a generator at the wrong time, and boom, black ship.
Yeah, so all that really is just like dropping a big ass breaker, like just doing shit at the wrong time possibly or something.
I mean, we had regulations on the boat where it's like, when you're within 2 miles of, like, as soon as you're coming into port at 2 miles, the engineers don't touch anything. You don't touch anything. You don't turn a wrench. You don't touch a filter. You don't touch a valve until we dock the ship. You don't do anything. No maintenance, nothing. Somebody drops a bolt in the wrong spot, overfills a fuel tank. It's like, we don't do shit when we're in port. You dock the boat, you get safe, and then you can do some maintenance at the dock. But when you're maneuvering in restricted area, restricted waters, you don't touch anything. That's like standard.
That makes sense, because now you have way too much liability, in very little time. And when you need the most, like, kind of dexterity and ability to maneuver and have all your shit on deck working, because, dude, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it seems like, from what he's saying and from what he's seen in the video, that this isn't really like a user error. This isn't there's not a single person that's responsible for this. Like, not one guy's going to lose his job because of this.
I mean, they're going to take years to find out, but I guarantee that it's one person's error. I guarantee there was a third assistant engineer on there who turned the wrong knob, who touched the wrong thing, who didn't fill up the day tanks like he was supposed to, who deferred maintenance of cleaning your fuel filters 2 weeks ago.
Oh man.
And also, these foreign flag ships, they're on such a crazy schedule. They come into port, and now it's the engineers. Now it's like, when you're out to sea, that's the captain and the mate's time to shine. We're navigating, we're communicating with the office, we're communicating with the owners of the cargo on board. When you get into port, now it's the engineer's time to shine. We're hooking up hoses, we're discharging cargo, the deck officers are managing the stability as we offload certain tanks. You can't offload a tank all the way on the bow and then offload a tank all the way on the stern. You got to worry about, stresses on the vessel. So stability is very important, but, that's your engineer's time to shine. So like they could have been exhausted. Maybe they weren't. Maybe there's maximum work hours that you're allowed to do. Maybe they were working these guys to death and they were exhausted, like during the Exxon Valdez, Valdez.
Yeah, because this ship is coming. This is a Filipino cargo
Maybe they
ship.
went into port and got whacked.
Yeah.
Or, there was just some Indian, some of these crew, it doesn't matter where the ship is flagged. Could be all Filipino crew, could be all Indian crew. There was just a big Indian holiday on Sunday. Maybe they went out into port and got drunk. You never know. But it's going to take years, but they're going to get to the bottom of it for sure. And it's almost never equipment error. It's almost always human error.
Wow.
Jeez. Well, whatever it was, it definitely just cost the city billions of dollars.
Yeah, man, that's a big deal, dude.
It didn't just cost the city billions of dollars. Biden was just on TV saying that the federal government's going to pay for the entire reconstruction of the bridge.
That's nice of us.
That's nice
of us.
I was like, have you ever heard of subrogation attorneys? How about the ship company pays for some of this?
Yeah, can we? Yeah. They didn't have insurance? Can we call Geico first to see if they're going to cover any of this?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he's real quick to give out our money.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, man.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you
I don't
being
I don't want to hijack your podcast.
Dude, hijack it, dude. I'm calling you after this because you're on our next episode, and we're gonna hash this whole thing out.
We're gonna do a reenactment. I'm gonna build a canal in my basement, and we're gonna do a reenactment of this thing.
That's right. We're gonna take Berto in a little cart and a little boat cart, and we're gonna push him into a pole.
Yeah, I want you to take control of the ship, and I want you to show us how you would have handled the situation. Prevent me from hitting that pillar.
Dude, you are the man. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you, man. Impromptu call.
To all the listeners out there, you guys better like and subscribe. These guys are the truth.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. Thank you,
appreciate you, man.
All right, big love.
All right, later, brother.
Later,
man.
All right, so that's where we're at. Mass and None. We just had a boat captain just talking about. Just break down the entire situation and what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't get better than that. So
get better. We got to end now. We have to.
Yeah, we're going to end right now.
Not one more joke.
That's it. Not one more joke. So we got Mass and None podcast, episode 193. Thank you to everybody that tuned in live. Thank you to everybody that's going to watch in the aftermath and is going to watch from the archive. Make sure you hit that live tab that's on our YouTube channel so that you can see the full episodes of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you guys hit that thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss a minute. Shout out to Ryan for jumping on and helping us understand a little bit of what could have possibly happened on the water in Baltimore, causing that boat collision with the bridge. And I'm going to work on getting him on here live to talk about it and answer a few more of our questions. Berto,
shout out to Amna in the chat for pushing us to call him. Because if it wasn't for him telling us, like, hey, get off the cell phones, we got to call this guy.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have called him. So we appreciate that. And everybody like, comment, subscribe. That's it. That's my...
That's what we got. And make sure you guys join the Discord. And if you want to listen to the audio versions, all audio podcast listening platforms. Thank you guys. Mass and None podcast. And thank you to everybody in the chat. We are out.
That's it.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma.